You're listening to All Things Sports with Mike Davis.
Hey, what is going on, everybody? Glad you can join me on another podcast of All Things Sports with Mike Davis. I thank you for including my podcast into your day. If you're listening on Spotify, go ahead and follow the podcast. If you're on the YouTube side of things, subscribe, comment, like, all that good stuff. Be sure to go to the social media links in the description box to get in contact with the show for comments or suggestions. I won't take up much more of your time. Let's get into it. All right, so NFL draft is going on, and I'm pretty sure that's what sports-wise, that's pretty much what everyone has been watching. But did any of you guys see what Joe Horn had to say about Aaron Rodgers? Well, if you haven't, this is what he said. All right, so former NFL wide receiver Joe Horn was not thrilled at all over, seeing so much coverage of Aaron Rodgers wanting out of Green Bay. And for those of you that don't know, I just recently did a podcast on that. Go and check it out. I might put the link in the description box to the podcast, but check that out. Now, again, Joe Horn, he wasn't thrilled about seeing all the coverage over Aaron Rodgers wanting out of Green Bay, which led to a lack of coverage for his son, JC, who was drafted. I believe that's how you pronounce his name, JC Horn. Now, he was chosen in the top 10 of Thursday's NFL draft in the first round. He wasn't projected to go as high as he did. I believe he's coming out of South Carolina. I believe he was the first defensive player on the board taken. But yeah, Joe Horn wasn't, feeling all the Aaron Rodgers nonsense. And I agree with him. I wholeheartedly agree with everything Joe Horn had to say, until I found out that it wasn't Aaron Rodgers who leaked the information. A lot of this stuff is going on behind closed doors. A lot of stuff is not supposed to get out, but Adam Schefter is the one who leaked the story of Aaron Rodgers wanting out of Green Bay. So attention should be turned to him. But, he is a reporter, and that is what reporters do. They're going to break the news as fast as they can. They try and beat everyone to the punch. They have their sources, and, that's how these guys keep a job, So I get it, but it's unfortunate. Now, had this been Aaron Rodgers leaking the information like a lot of people believed, and Joe Horn also believed, then yeah, shame on Aaron Rodgers. I think he was a phenomenal quarterback, one of the best in the league. But, if he had leaked it, then yeah, that's pretty bad. You want to let these guys have their shine, have their moment, and enjoy that time in the moment. Everyone doesn't get to experience this, and Aaron Rodgers pretty much dominated the news, Thursday. He's still dominating the news now. Now it's, being reported that the only way he'll come back to Green Bay is if the GM is fired. I don't know what's going on there. I'll have to read into the context of that, but yeah, I understood where Joe Horn was coming from, but Adam Schefter is the one who broke that story. All right, so let's get into the real reason why we are here. And look, I want to get in on the debate. This is the age-old debate that's not going to go away, apparently. So recently, Gary Payton declared LeBron James by far a better all-around player than Michael Jordan. Now, Gary Payton went on to say that, they're two totally different basketball players. Jordan was a guy that he was going to make big shots. He was going to take the ball every time and shoot it every time that he has to. Now, I think LeBron is an all-around basketball player. If you ask me who's a better all-around basketball player, LeBron James by far, said Gary Payton. He does everything. He passes the ball better than Jordan. He can dribble it a little better than Jordan. Shooting wise, I don't think so. Rebounding, I think he did, but Jordan did rebound. But they're two different basketball players. He also wanted to say that I think that LeBron is more like Magic. He can bring the ball down, play all different positions. He passes the ball, and he makes everybody around him better. People would criticize him about why he didn't take the shot. That's just the way he plays basketball. You gotta let that go. I can't let that go, Gary. I just can't. Me as a basketball fan, I can't. But that's what drives me crazy about LeBron. You know, he won't take the last shot. Look, he's paid good money to take that last shot. You know? Now, look, with that being said, I agree with everything Gary Payton said. Even though I love Jordan, I still think Michael Jordan is the GOAT. I don't see any problems with what Gary Payton said. Yeah, LeBron is a better all-around player than Michael Jordan. But Michael Jordan is the guy where if you want to win, you pick Michael Jordan. Look, LeBron James does make the smart basketball plays. Now, LeBron trusts his teammates a little more than Michael Jordan did. And that's kind of what's gotten LeBron into trouble. You know, a lot of those games, he does make the right play. If you ever see at the end of the game, LeBron might get double teamed and he'll find the open man. And it's the correct basketball play, but because LeBron is the superstar and you're paying him this money, you want LeBron to shoot over a double team or a triple team. You know, it is what it is. Unfortunately, that's just how, you know, the rules are when it comes to superstars. You take the last shot, and LeBron has failed in that aspect, but I do believe that he is a better all-around player than Michael Jordan. Like I said, this is the sports debate of my era that's just, it's not going anywhere. It's not going to die. Either your team LeBron or your team Jordan. I have already casted my vote. I am team Jordan. You know, like I said, LeBron makes the correct basketball plays, not taking nothing away from him at all. But the game is on the line. I need Michael Jordan. You know, let's go ahead and look at the stats. So, and the, you know, stats don't tell everything, and I truly do believe that when it comes to these two, because Michael Jordan, when you say all-around play, if you just look at these stats, you would think Michael Jordan is not that far off from being a better overall player from LeBron. Now, Jordan averaged 30 points a game to LeBron's 27 points a game. LeBron has the rebound edge by 1 rebound. LeBron averages 7 for his career. Jordan averages 6 rebounds for his career. You would think a guy like LeBron James would get more rebounds compared to Michael Jordan. And with the assist, same thing. LeBron James is averaging 7 assists in his career. Michael Jordan is averaging 5 assists in his career. From the field, Jordan, for his career, shot 49% from the field. Let me tell you something, guys. That is absurd in a good way. Because Michael Jordan was a 2-guard. He was a shooting guard. He was a guard who shot 49% in his career from the field. And remember, Michael Jordan, I thought a lot of his stats were going to be kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? I thought he would have lost some mustard, for lack of a better word, to his stats because of his last 2 years in Washington. But when I was looking at his numbers, do you guys know Michael Jordan, I think he averaged 20 a year in both seasons. It was 1 year he averaged over 20, you know, in Washington, which shocked me, because if you grew up like me watching Bulls Jordan, you know that was old Jordan. That wasn't Bulls Jordan we were watching with the Washington Wizards. And LeBron James is only 1% better from the field than Jordan for his career. He's shooting 50% from the field. Like I said, only 1% better than Jordan. If you just look at just the basic common basketball stats of those right there, you would think, you might, would say Jordan was a better all-around player than him, but I know better than that. I watch basketball. Jordan, the most dominant player. LeBron, he's the better all-around player of the two. All right, there's the whistle. You just heard it. Hey, I don't make the rules up, but when the whistle sounds, that means it's time for me to move on to the next topic if you are new to the podcast. But before I do that, look, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments section what you're thinking. We're going to debate this until the end of time. Who's the better of the two, who does what better, and yada yada. All right, and this day in sports, May 2nd, 1999, John Elway announces his retirement from the NFL, and he should be on his hands and knees thanking Terrell Davis that he came along and won those 2 Super Bowls for John Elway. I don't care what anybody says. Without Terrell Davis, the Elway doesn't win a Super Bowl. Elway wins not one Super Bowl without Terrell Davis. Terrell Davis was almost like the Tom Brady of running backs. He just didn't have the longevity as Tom Brady. But look, I live in Georgia. I remember when Terrell Davis came out of Georgia, I was a kid. And no one saw Terrell Davis coming out of Georgia doing what he did with the Broncos. Nobody saw it coming. I didn't see it. We didn't see that. We didn't see that here in Georgia. Not with Terrell Davis. That was a different Terrell Davis the Broncos got. But Elway announces his retirement on this day. And like I said, he should call Terrell Davis right now and call him every morning and tell him thank you for winning me back-to-back Super Bowls. All right. Hey, look, that's all I got for you today, folks. I thank you for including my podcast into your weekend. Now, if you're listening on Spotify, go ahead and follow the podcast. If you're on YouTube, that side of things. Subscribe, comment, like, hit the bell to be notified when new videos are released. All that good stuff. Go to the social media links in the description box to get in contact with the show for any comments or suggestions. You've been listening to All Things Sports with Mike Davis. And remember, it's your world. I'm just giving my opinion. I'm out. Peace.
You're listening to All Things Sports with Mike Davis.